Okay, welcome back to another video about service delivery, and this video is going to be about why you need to simplify your ad account. Now, I was in the same position as you. If you're struggling with your ad account and you're not sure what targeting you should be doing, or you feel like you don't know what's going on, I've been there when I first started running ads. I didn't know what to do in terms of targeting options. I didn't know if my ad setup was correct, and I didn't really know if my ad creatives were good because I was constantly worried that I wasn't using the right targeting options, which was meaning that the ads weren't working. And it meant that I never knew what was wrong with the ad account if it wasn't getting results. So I'm going to share with you the biggest lesson that I've learned across 4 to 5 years of media buying now on basically how you can guarantee that that isn't a problem anymore. Now, the overarching theme of this is going to be make the ads easy and simplify. Don't make it difficult for yourself. So most people that are running ads are doing this. So they're fighting with the algorithm, they're testing without purpose, and they're trying too many different campaign types or targeting strategies like interests and things like that. And you can see that this is just a bunch of different things that are getting in the way of you being able to test creatives and know what you're doing because you're too worried about what's going on the ads manager level. And what is the long-term outcome of this shit really? Basically, this is what your life's going to look like inside the ads manager. You're constantly going to be looking for the next winning interest or the winning targeting strategy. You're never going to have confidence in what you're doing because you're constantly trying to fight with the ads manager and find, some new setting that miraculously gives you results. You are going to have no understanding of creative strategy, which is super important, and you're going to have a one-dimensional skill set. You're basically going to become a button pusher in the ads manager, and it's just not how you're going to be able to scale any business long-term, especially with paid ads. What you should do instead is simplify. And I'm going to show you how to do this. So there's only one thing that is constant inside of Meta ads, and that is good creatives equals good results. If you are focused on targeting, eventually Meta's going to remove the targeting option you like. They're going to change how targeting works. Meta's probably going to remove interest at some point. And basically all of the skill that you supposedly have is going to disappear in one update because you're focusing on targeting options and this new feature that you are the only one that knows how to use it, instead of focusing on good creatives and equaling good results, because Meta are never going to get rid of the ads. Ads are always going to be a part of paid advertising. So the point is that if you get good at ad creatives, you don't need to worry about your account structure anymore. It's not going to become an issue. You can just focus on making high quality creatives and actually creating a creative strategy for a business. So what I would recommend, and this is probably the most important advice that I can give, is pick one type of ad account structure that you're going to use and then stick to it and just focus on everything else that is going to help you get results. Don't worry about, am I doing the right, am I using ABO or CBO? Which one's better? Should I be using interest and retargeting ad sets? Like, just pick one campaign setup and then keep it constant for all the accounts that you're going to be managing. If you're just running your ads for your own business, pick one account and then just stick to it, probably whichever one you've gotten the best results with in the past. That is going to allow you to get the best results possible. Now, I do have basically these 2 campaign types that I run. So I don't just run the exact same campaign strategy, even though they're almost effectively the same, but the main difference is just the organization of them. So I'm not using any different targeting, but sometimes for some ad accounts that have a lot more ads, like in an e-commerce ad account, it's easier to separate them in this green one here. And for lead generation, generally this blue one is what I'm using. So this is going to give you a little bit of an understanding of, I guess, like what I'm doing at the moment. And you can pick either one of these for either one. It's just what I like personally because it's easier to sort it in my head. I just like how it looks. So I always use CBO. I'm never using ABO. I know some people do it. If you're only running one ad set, then ABO is fine, in my opinion. If you're running more than one ad set, I would use CBO. But yeah, don't use ABO most of the time. A good rule is just to always use CBO. And then the main difference is in this campaign setup here, I am never using any targeting options except for age and gender. Most of the time, only age. So I'm using maybe minimum 24 or 25 if you're targeting a specific niche. So for example, if you're targeting homeowners or, retirees and that sort of thing, you would obviously have an age limit on that because you don't want leads or purchases or whatever you're running to come in from people that you can't service. So that's the only targeting option I'm using. And then I'm using multiple dynamic creative testing ad sets. And then the amount of these just depends on the budget for the whole campaign. So if you've only got $50 a day, then it's probably only worth maybe running 2 dynamic creative ad sets. And then you can only put 1 ad inside a dynamic creative anyway. So I would only run 2. But if you've got a bigger budget, you could probably run up to 3 or 4 at the same time. But I probably wouldn't run more than 4 because you're probably not going to get a good enough test on those ads if you're running more than 4 dynamic creatives. And then the other one that you can use is pretty much the exact same thing, except the only difference is I'm using a normal ad set rather than a dynamic creative ad set. So basically this ad set, it doesn't have dynamic creative turned on, obviously, but it's just one ad set and then it's got all of the ads in there. This is much better, in my opinion, if you are not running as many ads. The only reason that I run more ad sets is only for sorting. So all the ad sets are targeting the same location, they're targeting the same age, and they use no detailed interest or audience suggestions or remarketing or anything like that. But say you have a batch of image creatives in one ad set, and say you have 30 ads that you're testing and they're all images. If you start trying, say, carousel ads, you might create another ad set that's exactly the same, but you put all your carousels in there. It's really just for sorting. It's not really for targeting or anything like that. And basically what you're going to realize is that since there's almost nothing going on in the campaign and ad set level, all of the lift and conversion and income generating stuff that you're going to be doing is in your creative strategy and your ads themselves. So pick either one of these. It doesn't matter which one you pick. In my opinion, like this one's probably just easiest for everyone to do. This one's a little bit more advanced, this one here. But I would recommend, if you're running e-commerce ads, you probably stick with the green one because I've just found it makes it a lot easier and a lot more systemized to test. But yeah, so basically just keep focusing on ads. Don't focus on your targeting options. If anyone's telling you to like test different interests or remarketing, just know it's bullshit. Just extrapolate it to, years later. Are you still 2 years from now going to be trying to test out a new interest each week? Or is what you're going to be doing mostly focusing on creatives and trying to scale your business and improve the conversion on the back end of your paid advertising? Like, you need to extrapolate it out. And, if we're serious, Meta is not going to keep interests around for very long. So you're just going to have to improve on what matters, which is down here at the ad level. So pick one of these campaigns, use it in your own business, and please let me know how it goes because I'm confident that this will make your advertising process and your results much better over the next couple of weeks. So let me know how it goes, and I hope you learned something.